Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, Francis Ngannou finds himself in yet another clash with the UFC. He firmly believes that the UFC deliberately disrespected him, prompting him to encourage fellow fighters not to stay silent and to speak up. And the highly anticipated showdown between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk may not come to fruition. Zuckerberg is convinced that Musk doesn't want to fight him. Also in this video, Anthony Joshua could be facing the former world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. And meanwhile, Conor McGregor keeps astonishing his fans.
I know your man KSI is in the crowd, yeah? And he couldn't box eggs if he worked in an egg boxing factory. So if he wants to get in here, I'll give him a final, bare knuckle if he wants.
So why is he getting on the microphone and calling out KSI?
But let's go ahead and kick things off in order. As avid MMA and UFC fans, we all love analyzing fights and predicting outcomes. Enter Underdog Fantasy, the best and easiest way to play fantasy sports and test your fight prediction skills. Just pick higher or lower on a fighter's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 fighters to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and take home some cold, hard cash. Be sure to use the code GENIALMMA and get your first deposit doubled by up to $100 by Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is available in many states across the U.S., so check this map to see if you are in one of those eligible states. Again, sign up on UnderdogFantasy.com or download their app, use the code GENIALMMA, and start testing your MMA predicting skills today. Now, following his decisive knockout victory over Robert Helenius, Anthony Joshua's next bout might be against former heavyweight world champion Deontay Wilder. This revelation comes from Joshua's manager, Eddie Hearn, who recently engaged in talks with representatives from Saudi Arabia. They expressed interest in hosting the fight in January. "This is the fight we want," Hearn stated. "Our plan is designed around 3 fights: Robert Helenius, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury. That's the ambition of our team." Anthony is now a mature heavyweight. With Robert, he didn't rush to become the author of one of the knockouts of the year. Now he's ready for significant fights. He has become smarter and will take fewer risks. Now, Joshua, who secured a 7th-round knockout against Robert, confirmed his eagerness to face the American opponent. Now, I have to admit that the main performance of this evening was the appearance of Conor McGregor at the fight. McGregor arrived at the stadium in a blue suit with a gold chain and, well, did what he does best, an advertisement for Forged Irish Stout beer, which McGregor got Joshua drunk with right after he won. And he posed with a lot of gas, holding a glass of beer in his hands and hugging all the ring girls. Now, the brand Forged Irish Stout is yet another business endeavor by Conor McGregor, alongside his signature whiskey line. The FIS logo was prominently displayed in the ring, and Hearn confirmed that McGregor's company played a role in orchestrating the boxing match. Following Joshua's victory, Conor McGregor was the one dominating the conversation. McGregor issued a challenge for a bare-knuckle fight to the American blogger and rapper KSI. Now, KSI himself was present in the stands during the fight between Joshua and Helenius, but he did not respond to Conor McGregor.
So why is he getting on the microphone and calling out KSI? Listen, I'm a fan of the man as a fighter. He's still one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. It's as simple as that, but don't be wasting your breath on KSI. No offense to KSI. KSI's great. He's doing his thing. He's boxing Tommy Fury. I don't know why he's lowering himself to calling out a YouTuber.
Conor also said that in December he will be fighting Michael Chandler, and then he will fight against Justin Gaethje and Nate Diaz.
Chandler next December, and then Gaethje BMF, and then we'll do Nate actually.
Now, of course, hypothetically, this development would be great for Conor McGregor fans. After such a long downtime, 3 top fights with McGregor in a row, well, that would be pretty cool to see happen. But many fans believe that all of these plans, that ain't gonna happen. It's not worth coming to fruition. But it is worth noting that on paper, it is really possible to organize these fights in full. And each of these rivals will gladly accept Conor's challenge because they are well aware of just how much money they will make if they fight him. Except for maybe Gaethje, who is unlikely to give up the dream of becoming champion in his division. For example, Chandler himself is interested in getting a victory against Conor because, as you already know, his affairs in the UFC have been, well, not very good lately. And Nate, well, never mind fighting one of the toughest opponents of his career. But still, in a fight with Conor, the end has not been set. Their score is 1-1, so will we get to see the rubber match? Now, of course, Chandler was delighted with the news and tweeted, "December sounds perfect to me." So let's just hope that Conor actually does keep his word.
When you're Justin Gaethje, he said, "I'm not going to fight a guy on steroids," which makes sense. But if you got that opportunity in front of you and USADA's going to test him, why not? A McGregor versus Gaethje fight would blow the doors off of any arena. And it's because Justin Gaethje is one guy that has no fear of anything that McGregor brings to the octagon. If the McGregor trilogy comes to fruition, because that is a huge fight at any time that it's made for the UFC. Conor's also training Dylan Dennis for the Logan Paul fight and guarantees a victory. I don't know how he does that.
I know Dylan years, I've trained with him many times, I've helped him. I'm guiding him. I'm going to train him for this. And I guarantee a win. So I hope the lad shows up.
What about you? Yourself. You're running around. Oh, I know. I'm the creator. I'm the creator.
Now, as you know, the promotion returned to Las Vegas for its latest event at the UFC Apex on August 12th. One of the fights on the card featured light heavyweight Tafon Chukwi facing off against AJ. However, during Chukwi's walkout, the banner under his name caught Ngannou's attention. It said the only Cameroonian fighter in UFC history. Now, fans were very quick to notice this misleading statement, and the former Cameroonian heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou did not hesitate to respond. He stated, "Thierry Sokaju was the first Cameroonian in the UFC. I came next. Let's not allow them to spread false information and erase our history." He also responded with a picture of him holding the UFC belt in one hand and a Cameroonian flag in the other. It was almost as if Ngannou foresaw this problem and deliberately held up the Cameroon flag in one hand and the UFC belt in the other. But of course, it's a joke. However, it is worth noting that Francis Ngannou's patriotism towards his homeland has been a consistent trait. He has always showcased his pride by donning the Cameroonian colors in photo shoots and even adorning traditional African ensembles during the press conferences. But his departure from the UFC was marked by discord, leaving him disillusioned with the organization. Now, given that strained relationship, fans are speculating what the provocative banner for Chukwi might have been deliberately orchestrated by the company to further fuel that fire. But do you think it was done on purpose just to piss off Ngannou? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, and moving on. Now, the famous American businessman Mark Zuckerberg said that he was giving up his attempt to arrange a fight with Elon Musk, saying, "I think we can all agree that Elon isn't taking this seriously and it's time to move on. I suggested a date, Dana White suggested making it a charity showdown. Elon did not confirm the date, after which he said that he needed an operation, and now he asked for a workout in my backyard. If Elon seriously thinks about the date in the official event, he knows how to contact me. Otherwise, it's time to move on. I would like to focus on competing with people who are serious about sports," Zuckerberg posted on social media. But how do you think this fight would take place? Dana White believes it would be one of the biggest fights ever. He said, "In order to surpass such an event, Trump will have to fight Putin." So, I guess we'll just have to see what happens next. So that is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it is very important to us. And thank you all in advance.